Hey everybody, it's Bob Asadi, Easy Credit Motors. Why is this BMW mean mugging me, man? What did I do? Why are you looking at me like that? I love this aggressive headlight on these Beamers. This is a 2009 BMW X5 xDrive, otherwise known as the E70 chassis BMW. It's got the 3.0 six-cylinder, no direct injection, no turbos, therefore will not fail prematurely. That's why I buy these. I just picked up a 328i convertible with the same engine. I love these engines. They last a long time. So the purpose of the video, of course, as the title suggests, how to remove the E14 bolts on these rear wheel bearings. We're doing the rear ones, okay? And really, I wanted to do this video. There are a couple of great videos that show you how to get this far, but I just wanted to take the mystery out of actually removing the bolts. You don't need to take the axle out or anything like that. Everything can stay on the vehicle. I didn't even take the brakes off, okay? The rear brake shoes. The way that you want to do it, by the way, the reason for why I ended up deciding to change out the bearings is because when I would drive down the road at about speeds of over 25, and the speed will vary based on, you know, the severity of the damage to the bearings, I would hear this rumbling noise, you know, growling noise. And if you've ever had a bad wheel bearing, you know exactly what it sounds like. And so I decided to, the best way to do it, concrete surface, level ground, jack stands, jack that could more than support the weight of the vehicle. On this vehicle, I placed it on the rear differential, and I made sure that no part of the, I used the block of wood and made sure that it was not, that block of wood in the jack was not hitting the differential case. Made sure it's on the solid part of the differential only. So you lift the vehicle up by the differential, place your jack stands underneath securely, and then place some additional blocks for additional protection. You don't want to risk your life and limb because of a stupid wheel bearing. And then, you know, you can raise the vehicle. I took the wheels off, and then I checked for play, you know, laterally and horizontally, like you've seen in other videos perhaps. And then when you turn, you could feel play. I felt a little play, you know, horizontally. And then when you turn the rotor, you could actually hear and feel the grinding of the bad wheel bearing. And there's very little resistance. It just spins, you know, more or less freely. And you know the wheel bearing is bad. Now, here's the actual culprit here. I'm going to change both sides, but this is on the driver's side, the really bad one. And, you know, this should be grease here, and it should be liquid, and it should be fresh. Instead, it looks like somebody took the inside of a Twix bar, the caramel, and just jammed it between all these bearings. It looks like the inside of a Snickers bar, man. So, you know, that's how we got this far. So let's get back to the topic. Taking the E14 out. Now, these are the E14 bolts, and my vehicle is a West Coast vehicle. I don't have any rust on it. That's why I purchased them like this. It makes working on the suspension a breeze. And they came out real easily. Once you crack these bolts, if you don't have rust, you could just screw them out by hand. I mean, that's how easy it was. These should have Loctite at the end, though. I'm going to put Loctite at the end of these when I take them out, or when I put them back in. And so getting back to the vid, here's how you take the top two bolts off. The top two bolts, okay, top two bolts of the bearing are very, very simple. All you want to do, get yourself a creeper. You'll want to, this is the configuration. Here's the bolt. I used here's the E14 socket. It looks just like this. It's got to be the E14. E16 has too much slack. Must be E14, otherwise it won't work. Then I used for the top two, you must have a swivel like this. Okay, you don't have to have it for the top two, but it's, actually I didn't use it for the top two. For the top two, you don't need a swivel. I have just a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch adapter here. And then I just used two long 1/2 inch extensions and then a 1/2 inch drive torque wrench. When you get down there with the creeper, man, you'll see a clear shot to both of these top two bolts. You'll be able to do it this way, okay? Not a problem. You'll get the top two off. Now, the bottom two are different. For the bottom two, you're definitely going to need a swivel. And what happens with the bottom two is that, in my case, you know, the diameter of this swivel would get jammed between the axle and part of the actual spindle here. So I wouldn't be able to actually get this down there deep enough to attach to the socket there. Now you need to use the swivel on the bottom two because you need to angle the extensions in such a manner that they will fit right on top of this bottom control arm, and then the extension will lay down just like this, and then see over here this opening in this area, and then you attach your torque wrench drive to the end over here, and you're able to take the bottom two off. Now the way you want to do the bottom two is, of course, you got the bolt, you got the E14 socket. Then what you're going to need is you're going to need a 3/8 extension, okay, here. And then this is where the swivel comes into play. So you got the swivel here now. And then I used my little 3/8 to 1/2 inch extension here. And then all I needed for the bottom two was just one 1/2 inch drive, a long one. I think it's 6 inches, I think. And then a smaller 1/2 inch drive. And then your 1/2 inch torque wrench, or a smaller 1/2 inch extension. And then your 1/2 inch torque wrench with the 1/2 inch drive, okay? And then, like I said, this will lay down right over the bottom control arm, and you'll be able to take the bottom two off. And again, all you need to do is just crack them like a quarter turn, then you can turn them out by hand. And there's a great video that actually shows you, that I watched. The guy was really thorough. He was excellent. He shows you how to do the rest of it. I'll put a link in the description below to his video. Take a look at his video. Between his and this one, you'll have all the confidence in the world to do this job, and it'll be a breeze for you. If your vehicle has a little bit of rust, you know, you're just going to have to soak it in your favorite penetrating oil, the bolts from both sides. Maybe overnight, but probably just a couple of hours. It'll be just fine. 3-4 hours tops. All right, hope that helps you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Hey, from time to time, I like to show you guys that I actually work on these vehicles. I like to stay dirty. I like to stay in the game. Keeps me in shape. It keeps me interested in the business, and it reminds me how much of a hassle it is when I don't do my homework before I purchase a vehicle. Okay? So, Bob Asadi, Easy Credit Motors. See you on the next one.